I think it's fair to say that among the panelists, you maintained those areas that you don't agree with Jensen Huang on. How in any way has your mind changed on those differences through the course of today?
Well, my mind has not changed. The fact of the matter is that we at D-Wave have taken a very different approach to quantum computing from everybody else in the industry. And as a result of that, we are actually able to support useful, important applications today. And I think the best example of that is the paper that we published in Science last week, where we have demonstrated that we can compute properties of magnetic materials that just cannot be computed classically. And this gives us the opportunity to create new materials discovery platforms, which will dramatically reduce the time and cost to create new materials. And that seems pretty useful to me.
Yeah, there's also some applications that the audience might find harder to understand. For example, blockchain architecture. Why is a quantum computer able to improve that process where a supercomputer classically coded in ones and zeros cannot?
Yeah. So basically what we did was we were able to show that that same computation that we use to compute properties of magnetic materials could be used to basically compute the hashing functions that are used in blockchain and cryptocurrency. What this means is that we can now create a blockchain that uses a quantum computer to do the proof of work. What's so important about that is that quantum computers consume far less energy than classical computers. So this means cryptocurrency mining could be at a fraction of the energy cost of what we're seeing today.
When are those two case studies revenue generators for you?
Well, the first prototype of this blockchain is running right now. We have it running on 4 of our quantum computers. It's the first distributed quantum application where each of the quantum computers can create hashes or validate hashes, basically run the proof of work algorithm. And we're now in the process of building that out so we can get to the point where we can support a full commercial blockchain. How long do I think that'll take? I think we're looking at a year or 2.
Not the 10 or 15 or 20 years.
Absolutely not the 10 or 15 or 20 years.
So there is work that Nvidia...
But by the way, I mean, that's just one application, right? I mean, the materials discovery, that's running today. We have customers like NTT Docomo that are using us today for cell tower resource optimization. So we are useful today. Blockchain is one of our newest application areas. And yes, we're just starting to roll that out.
The point of difference, I still think, is Jensen's definition of usefulness, perhaps. But Nvidia does do work with your industry. To summarize, it's basically offering GPU access on the architecture side, as well as some research and open source facilities on the other side. And their argument is you can take that and use it to make your quantum computers better. Calibration, error count reduction, and I think your colleagues mentioned design. How do you work with Nvidia?
Okay, so annealing quantum computers do not have the same error correction requirements as gate model quantum computers. So we are solving useful problems today without error correction. And as a result, that component of what Nvidia brings to the table is not all that important to us today. When it comes to calibration, we have the largest quantum computers in the world. Our current systems are at 5,000 qubits and growing. We calibrate them ourselves. We don't need GPU power to calibrate those systems. So currently, we do not. I mean, I know Jensen says he works with all the quantum computing companies, but D-Wave is quite different. We've taken a different approach. We are at a different level of maturity, much more mature than the other quantum computing companies. We are delivering useful applications and useful value today. Now, that having been said, we are also developing a gate model quantum computer, the approach that everybody else has taken. For that effort, we will be looking to leverage some of the same sorts of things that the other quantum computing companies are leveraging. But we view annealing and gate as very complementary. They solve different classes of problems.
We only have 30 seconds. It was a pretty public disagreement, argument, debate. Will it help you in the long run, what happened today here in San Jose?
I don't think this event was all that helpful to the industry or to D-Wave. I think I thank Jensen for the opportunity to participate. I think that it was great to have the opportunity to try to get the message out. But I think we're still at the beginning of a learning curve with respect to how Nvidia and Jensen interact with quantum computing companies.